Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of America's Underground Voice. I'm your host, James Larger, and today we're going to be talking about Donald Trump. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be basing it all on my opinion and what I've noticed in the past few hours. Now, most of you have seen the video of Donald Trump saying 7-Eleven in his speech and that he respects the police and firefighters and first responders at 7-Eleven. And at my first take at this, I was completely appalled. I was taken aback. I was like, how do you miss misspeak about an event that killed 3,000 Americans on the darkest day in American history? And it kind of sat inside me for a couple hours, and I came to the conclusion. I thought about it logically, and my approach to this was, it's been 15 years since this attack has happened, roughly 15 years. And, you know, you, I mean, I'm sure people misspeak, but not with 9/11. Now, not like 9/11 was a very dark day. And for Donald Trump to call it 7/11 instead of 9/11, I thought about it. That doesn't make sense. Even if someone was to, make a mistake, it doesn't make sense because it's such a horrific time that you really can't do it. And I thought to myself, this is staged. This is absolutely staged. This whole thing is staged. And what I mean by this is he did what he did to get more airtime before the New York primary. That is all this is. This was an attempt to get more votes and more attention because he knows that people are going to tune into that, and he knows he's going to get criticized, and people in our society now are more pissed than ever. And the thing is whenever they see him get attacked, the more votes he gets. So if he does this and people attack him, the more votes he's going to get. That's why he won New York as much as he did, alongside it him being his home state. This was a completely staged. This was a political maneuver and move to get more free airtime in the news media. And I'm sure most of you look around, you go on social media, you go on the news. That's all they're talking about is Donald Trump. Now we're going to hear about it for 24/7. It's going to go on for 2 weeks. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. And there's not going to be anything else. And it does not have to drop a dime on any advertising because he gets it all free from Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, NBC. This most people are, making this a joke. This is not a joke. This man is a lot smarter than a lot of people give him credit for. He knows how to manipulate people. And I'm going to deviate a little bit right here. When he says that the election system is rigged, it is not rigged. It is not rigged. And I want anyone to challenge me on that because I firmly stand by that opinion. It is not rigged. Just because Donald Trump says that it's not rigged, that it is rigged, does not mean that it's rigged. This has been the order of operations in the Republican Party for hundreds of years. And a GOP candidate is going to come by and say that this is rigged. Now, he should have people in his camp that know the rules of each state. In Colorado, he should have been informed, or at least he knows that that's how the state is set up, and he knew that he was going to lose it, so then he could play that on words and say that it was rigged. And the same with Pennsylvania. He said the other day that he can win 17 delegates, but then another person can win 45. That's because the delegates in Pennsylvania are unbounded. That is how it's set up. It's not rigged. That's how it is. And for Donald Trump to say something that's rigged, that's going to rile the people up because the people want anti-establishment. They're sick of it. They're absolutely sick of it. And so back to this point, he knows how to manipulate the news. He knows how to manipulate what people say. And when people say, "Oh, Donald Trump said this," they're talking about him. If people just pushed him in a corner and said, "We don't want to airtime you because we don't agree with what you said," he would slowly fall away. He'd be on the other list of third-party candidates, but he's not. He's the front runner for the GOP. He's a very smart man, and a lot of people need to give him credit for that because he definitely knows he's a businessman. He knows how to persuade people and he knows how to get people on the quote unquote Trump train, baby. And so that's one of the things that I thought of, and I firmly believe that is why he said 7-Eleven instead of 9/11. Now, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, and I want to know what you think. It's just food for thought. And yep, thanks for watching.